Take 5. Hi everyone, it's Andrew and RC. This is take 5 of tonight's video, epic video production. And yeah, I'm rubbish at doing these things straight off the bat. I don't know how people do it. Anyhow, what have we here? Something beautiful, I think you'll agree. So this is a bit of a change in the normal programs for me. This is, of course, a rally car. And I thought you'd like to see, you know, that I do something other than battered army trucks with lots of weathering and stupid amounts of scale tat attached to them. So yes, I'm doing a rally car, amongst other things. So, but those other things, you know, we'll come to another day. But this is the main thing at the moment because it's so beautiful. So what we have here, we have a Killerbody, Alfa 1750, I believe it is, GTV, rally chassis, rally shell thing, red thing, and it is a thing of wonder. Okay, so you can see it's got a lovely light buckets and full grille on the front there. It's got light buckets at the back. It's got clear windows. It's got stickers already on it. Some of them are a bit ropey, but it's got filler caps, door handles, windscreen wipers. Beautiful Alfa grille there. Look at that. I've added the spotlights and I've added the chin spoiler on the front. So let me just bring the camera in a bit so I can talk you through that a little better. So what have we got here? So yes, as you can see, beautiful front grille and everything, but because of the ride height, I'm probably going to have to get on account of the slightly bigger wheels, and I'm going to have I've made a chin spoiler here to cover up the foam bumper protector that you normally get on these chassis, and that is just a piece of Lexan that I've cut from spares. Coated, however, it's covered with car wrap vinyl rather than being painted, because I knew if I painted it, it would just splinter the paint straight off. So yeah, I've got some vinyl stuck on here, just self-adhesive vinyl, and I've heated it to stretch it a little bit, so hopefully that'll be a bit more durable, right? It's bolted onto the shell, and that's why the spotlights are there, because they are bolted on. You know, the bolts go straight through. If I take the caps off and the lenses out, you'll see the bolts going back through into the spoiler piece. So they hide the spotlights hide the bolts, and of course add a little bit more pizzazz to the front of the Alfa. And of course, it'll probably be lost the first time it nosedives. But this rig isn't going to be nosedived into anything. It's not meant to be bashed. It's not my basher rig. I've got the Outlaw for that. This is to be dragged around on the back of the Range Rover trailer and driven around slowly for the camera. That's really what this is. This is a vintage Alfa. You've got to treat it with respect, and I'm going to do the scale exact same thing. So yeah, it's a pretty nice looking shell. I really do like it. The ride height, as I say, I need to play with it. I need to watch my wheel arches. I don't really want to have to cut them too much at the tops, because they're in, you see the bulge there, the side bulge. Cough, who misses. I don't really want to have to raise the arch. I don't want to have to cut any higher, because I'm cutting into the bulge, which could be counterproductive. I might have to widen them, obviously this way, just you know, especially on the steering on the front. Let's say, let's call it. But I may get some more wheels and tires, some slightly smaller ones. I'm a bit loath, because I think this style suits the car perfectly. But you know, I don't want to hack the shell up too much, so we'll see. I'd like to stay with these wheels and tyres though, and of course I've got plenty of ground clearance. I can get my fingers under there, so I'm quite happy with. They're a bit big, but you know, that's it. Hinged up in it. So yeah, it's a lovely shell, really nice, and of course, because it's got clear windows. Well, of course, I have to have an interior, right? Because that's what I do. So I have the Tamiya Racing interior, which is I've painted up to be something hopefully passable. And then, you know, it's so they've got like team overalls on, but they're different helmets, and a wooden steering wheel. I hope you'll can appreciate the wooden steering wheel effect there. So Alfa Romeo. But yeah, that's not so bad. A bit dusty and, you know, kind of a bit grimy in there, but not. It's interesting painting something flat, trying to make it look a bit more three-dimensional. It was quite an interesting little exercise. But here's the chassis. So this is really what I'm sure you've all paid your money to come and see. Now this came to me as a friend from work dropped this off for me. Just kind of said, I don't use them anymore. I don't run my RCs anymore, so you might as well have this one. I didn't really know what it was. It came with a horrible yellow shell on it, and I carted it about on the MC8 now and again, as you'll see in a picture somewhere. And then I just kind of gave it to Terry for a bit. He played with it, said it was unbelievably fast, which didn't appeal to me at all. So I didn't really know what to do with it. Then the idea of a rally car for the Range Rover trailer came to mind. I was going to get the TT-02 Audi Quattro. I may yet do eventually, but I figured, why spend 130 quid on a chassis that's not really meant to be all that good, unless you spend more money on it, but I've already got one. So I figured I'd take the shell off, measure the wheelbase, and hey presto, it's a standard, is it 257? Standard sort of, you know, wheelbase, and four-wheel drive. So I thought, bosh, here we go. So all I've really done to this is, well, you can see, just have a look at the mods on there. You can see the blue anodized bits and pieces. I've got prop shafts. I've got, looks like upper arms, steering arms, the C-hubs. They're all aluminium. I've got some, there's one at the back. If I show you the back there, you can see the blue bar here. There's one of those each end. And obviously got these lovely shocks, which seem quite soft. So I'm guessing white springs are kind of like medium springs, maybe. I don't know. Can any of you Tamiya experts in the crowd let me know in the comments? So the white springs, what are they? I would quite like to try some soft ones just to see what difference it makes, because I'd quite like this, because it's not going to be bashed around at top speed. I'd rather have a little bit of compliance at lower speeds than cater for a high speed stability situation. But we'll see. I mean, you know, it's got plenty of give on it, and there's quite a lot of travel, so, you know, if I stick with these, it's no big deal. But yeah, it's obviously belt driven. The TA-05 is a belt driven chassis with a center mounted spur in there. It's a thing of beauty, I would say. It does, however, have its flaws, because it's not, I don't have the servo mounts, for example, so I'm having to order them in. 30 quid to get the two sprues with the servo mounts in, so that's not a lot of fun. But it's a free chassis, so as Terry says, stop whining, you've got the whole thing for free. So, okay, 30 quid. But yeah, I've had to make a tunnel here at the back to get the wires through, across the through the belts, and make a little tunnel up just to stop them fouling. And I'm not sure about these motor wires either. I'm not sure whether they're going to get too close to the spinning spur gear, so I may have to do something about that as well. But yeah, I'm quite excited. So once the servo arrives, I've got a receiver on the way, waterproof receiver, so I should be able to get it powered up. I am going to put lights in it, so you're going to see all the headlights and stuff. You know, they'll have lights in. And I'm looking at sort of you know, original sort of yellow on the outside for the dip beam, and then I'll have some white main beams, maybe switchable. We'll see. Maybe too much complexity for you know, for the car as it is. I've got lovely light buckets front and rear, so you know, it's going to be a shame not to use them, isn't it? So I will yeah, let's say goodbye from there, and I will see you next time, probably next week or so, when we can see what else I've managed to do to this. I'm hoping to have the interior in, and I'm hoping to have the shell mounting situation sorted out, so at least the whole thing can be put together. Hopefully some electric bits have arrived as well. All right, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching and bearing with me on this, and we will see you soon. Thank you for your continued support. I will try and get around as many of your channels as I can in the time allowed, which isn't too much, but there you go, we'll try it. All right, thank you and good night.